Today, as part of this course, the first device and the major portion of the syllabus actually, which covers the major portion of the syllabus, that is power transformer. Power transformer is actually different from distribution transformer. So more than about 33 kilovolts is with high power rating in the range of megavolt amperes is known as power transformer. If it is if the device ratings are like that, then it is power transformer. It's not a distribution transformer. Distribution transformer efficiency is not that important and it is never fully loaded, but power transformer is efficiency is very important. And the power transformer is the transformer that is directly connected to transmission systems. It is not directly connected to load or distribution systems. So mainly it is connected to transmission systems. So this transformer is very important device because failure of a transformer actually leads to a lot of problem in the power system, because you may have to shut down the power line and divert the power to other lines, and then replacement is also not that easy. It is time consuming because transformers are, if you want to replace with a new transformer, you have to order for a new transformer, or if it is for repair also, it is not only time but cost is also involved. So one transformer, the cost will be in 25 to 50 lakhs or sometimes even 1 crore. In developed countries even it is more, and in our country it is in the range of 50 lakhs. So it is a very costly device also. Time is also huge to repair it. So therefore proper care has to be taken, and this is the main important device in transmission system. So today we will see what are all the important components of a transformer. Of course, lot of material is available on internet, but for our syllabus certain material I have gathered and then put it here. So just to have some visual experience, I have taken figures from various sources and kept it here, so that you will understand what what the theory we are going to cover in next classes. So that will be having some practical understanding, or some say a picture gives for example 1,000 words can replace a picture. So I tried to gather the pictures for you related to our syllabus. So let us see. Yeah, this is a power transformer here. It is shown here. So it is 110 by 220 kilovolts. Company is Prolec company. So this is in Alibaba.com. It is there. So you can see there are various parts. These parts are described in the next slide. But you can see a transformer, how it looks like. So these are input lines, and this is output line. These are called bushings actually. The structure is called bushing, and here at this end power goes to the transmission system, and this lead is taken very carefully from inside the transformer, and then here this is insulator outside. So inside there is a conductor, and that connects to the power transmission system. So similarly here input is also taken the same way, because it is 110 kV. Again bushing structure is needed like this. And then these are radiator pipes for cooling. Cooling is very important. In future classes you will learn why the cooling is important. So this is actually the main tank of the transformer, and then this is called conservator tank, and various parts are there. Let us see in the next slide what are those. So my voice is clear, I believe. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now you can see the power transformer 160 megavolt ampere. So 220 by 132 and 33 kV transformer. Here this is tertiary bushing, means 33 kV. And then you have this is low voltage bushing. This is 132 kV. And then there is HV bushing also here. So these three are three phases. 1, 2, 3. Three phases. This is high voltage bushing. So you can see other parts also. This is PRD, is a pressure relief device, which opens up when there is excessive pressure buildup inside the transformer. Because otherwise the transformer, if it is hermetically sealed, then it may burst when there is excessive pressure buildup due to a short circuit or due to a increased load for longer time. So that and here there is a relay which holds relay. What it is we will see. And then this is called conservator tank here. This one is a conservator tank. And then there is a MOG, means magnetic oil gauge, which is not directly connected inside the tank. There is a no hole and all, but this gauge works through magnetic induction actually. So it gives the oil level in the conservator. And then again here radiator bank means this is a cooling system actually. So radiator bank consists of various pipes actually. These pipes will be like this. And then there is a cooling fan also and oil pump. So inside the transformer, oil is filled. This mineral oil, or even recently the biodegradable oils are coming into picture. But traditionally or conventionally, mineral oil is filled inside the transformer. But this mineral oil, if it gets heat up, then we need to cool it. So it depends on the rating. For power transformers, normally we do have this circulation, oil circulation. There are several types of circulations. Here it is shown oil pump. So this is like this actually. So from the radiators, and then if it will go to the transformer again. So there is a pump at this location which will enhance the circulation of this oil. So through these radiators. And here in the radiators there are cooling fans are also arranged. So here you can see at the bottom, but throughout the cross section also you can have fans like this. So these fans will continuously cool the radiator tubes. So inside the tubes oil will be flowing, and that oil is circulated like this in order to cool it. So what is this? What is the effect of oil and circulation and all? We will see in future. But controlling the temperature of a transformer is very crucial, because it has direct impact on the life of the transformer as well as failure of the transformer. Therefore, the temperature, inside temperature, need to be carefully monitored, and adequate measures have to be taken for cooling, etc. So these are the main parts, and then we will see each of the parts in detail. This is bushing actually. So I have kept it horizontally, but always bushing will be vertical only. In order to zoom it a little bit, I have kept it like this. So this is, you can see there is a central pipe going from here to here. And this is inside the oil, and then this is going to the windings actually, windings. And this is to line this end, the other end is to line. Now, above this central tube, there are several layers of paper, oil impregnated paper. So this is oil impregnated paper. So which is there are several layers of oil impregnated paper. This brown color it is indicated here, you can see. So this oil, in between the oil impregnated paper, at several layers, we will have actually, conducting sheets in order to regulate the electric field. Regulate means, stress, grade the electric field. Electric field, if you do not grade it, electric field will be enhanced at certain places. So in order to control the electric field, there will be several layers of aluminum also in between the layers of oil impregnated paper. Oil impregnated paper is actually a special paper known as kraft paper. So in that oil is impregnated, means it is kept in oil under pressure so that oil enters into the void spaces, etc. That will increase the dielectric strength of the paper. So such paper is wound actually on the aluminum or or copper conductor, mostly aluminum conductor. So on this conductor, after these paper layers, then this porcelain, this material, you might have seen this disc type of structures, right? So this porcelain, insulator is used. So here inside also porcelain insulator is used, but here it is smooth, you can see. But here you can see there are fin type of structures here. This is to increase the creepage length, means the effective length of travel for a charge from one end to the other end. So like this. So this is the creepage length will increase with this type of structure. So this outer insulation is porcelain insulation. And there is, you can see here this arrangement. This is fixed to the tank actually. This portion is inside and this portion is outside in the air. So this is the basic structure. There is a outlet for here also. So this is for tan delta measurement. So this is a test tap or tan delta measurement port actually. And there are gaskets here, so which will be used for sealing. Here also one gasket is there, and you can see the electrode here is a big electrode, bigger than the conductor, central conductor, and here again an electrode in air, which is of a particular shape. You can see it is having smooth edges, you can see. So there is a reason for this actually. You cannot have sharp edges on electrodes. Wherever sharp edges are there, due to high electric field, corona will be corona discharges will occur at the sharp edges. So to avoid that, high voltage electrodes will always be having smooth curvature. This we will cover in the next semester actually. So till then you can can take it that it should be a smooth curvature, or the radius of curvature should be high enough. So this is how a bushing is constructed. Just to do the bushing, the main purpose of the bushing is to take out the lead from winding to then connect it to the transmission line. So can't it be directly taken by a cable? Yes, it cannot be taken because it has to go through the tank, right? Transformer tank. The transformer tank is at ground potential. It is not at high voltage, it is ground potential. So when a high voltage lead is going out through a hole in transformer tank, and if the transformer tank is at ground potential, then obviously at the place where it is coming out of the transformer, so there will be high electric field, and then there will be most often the breakdown can occur if you do not have a bushing type of structure, whatever is indicated here. So that is the purpose why bushing is used, and the length of the bushing depends upon, the length means this length outside the tank. This depends obviously upon the the voltage level of the transmission system. If voltage level is more, then bushing height will be more. Just we will go back and then see here. So you can see here these HV bushings are so 220 kV. So you can see the height, and then this LV bushing is of 132 kV, and this tertiary bushing is of 33 kV. So you can see the size of the bushings, how they depend on the length of the bushings, how they depend on the voltage level. So this is about the structure of a bushing and the need of a bushing in a power transformer. So next we will go to radiator bank. See, radiator bank is given here, for another transformer. In order to show you the pipes, you can see these are all vertical pipes, and then there is a horizontal pipe like this, and there is another horizontal pipe like this. So from this is the transformer tank, and from this you can see oil will be coming out. Maybe this is the oil pipe, and then going back into the transformer, and in between it is getting cooled here through these pipes. So various pipes it will go like this. So the number of pipes or if the number of pipes are more, the cooling effect will be more. And if you use fans, there will be, here it is not shown, but there can be fan arrangement like this, various fans. So these fans will also be used for cooling the pipes or indirectly cooling the oil. So this is the main use of radiator bank. I will show the schematic, how it works actually. So this is the schematic you can see. So the heat generated inside the transformer, because the huge power level, right? Even if you have normal power rating and very small resistance of windings, but still the I square R losses are so huge that they can raise the temperature beyond 90 degrees centigrade, that if there is no cooling. So therefore you can see the cooling patterns here, oil patterns here, even in the absence of any pump system. The oil will be circulating like this due to natural convection. So here they will be so here the oil circulating pump is shown here. So this is the pump portion. This will be at the bottom only, and then you can see there is an indicator of flow, how much oil is getting circulated and all, what is the flow rate actually. So this is motor pump, and this is indicator. So similarly, this is another transformer. You can see here motor pump, and then again indicator. This is the structure actually, a schematic diagram. So here this pipe is connected to radiator bank, and this pipe is connected to transformer main body. So since it is connected at the bottom, it will pull the oil from radiator bank and push it into the transformer main tank. So this is how the transformer motor pump will work and help in the cooling the transformer. And then there is a conservator tank and breather arrangement, you can see. So this is the connecting pipe to the conservator tank. So oil will enter like this. And then there is a magnetic oil gauge. So there will be no hole here into the tank, but there will be inside. I will show the structure actually how it works under. So the oil gauge will tell us the level of the oil here. And from conservator tank, whenever actually conservator tank, there is some empty space. So whenever the oil level increases, the air will flow out actually. And then whenever there is a decrease in oil level, then air will come through the breather. So this breather is actually a silica gel, tank kind of structure in which silica gel crystals are kept. So those will absorb the moisture from outside air and then allow the air to come inside. Let us see the breather arrangement. So this is the breather actually here. So whenever there is a oil, oil level reduction in the oil level. So when cooling it happens actually. When heating or when the transformer is working at higher power, then what will happen? The oil temperature will rise and then it will expand. So in the conservator tank also oil level will increase. Therefore, it will push the air outside. But whenever it is under less load, then it will be at lower temperature. Oil will contract, and then air has to be sucked in. So during that time, the air enters through this silica gel breather. So here you can see the crystals, silica gel crystals. Are you aware of silica gel crystals?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you might have seen whenever you purchase some new equipment or material, or whenever there is a possibility of moisture damaging that. So especially in food items actually. So you find a small bag containing stone type of structures, that is, those are nothing but silica gel crystals only. So here you can see the silica gel crystals. So whenever air enters through them and to the transformer on the way, so what will happen? These silica gel crystals will absorb the moisture. Of course, over a period of time, you need to, either replace them or heat it and then reuse them. When you heat it on a pan, then the moisture absorbed by them will be lost, and then again you can use them again, reuse them again. So this is the physical structure. You can see there are two such things, and then here there is a connection, and here also there is a connection like this to the pipe. So this is the breather structure actually, and then conservator tank. You can see here the conservator tank. So this is a magnetic oil gauge. You can see here the movement of this is not actual, there is no hole here, please remember. So it works through magnetic induction only. The level of this float is calibrated at the outside in the magnetic gauge. You can observe the level of the level of the oil inside this tank, and that can be read outside using the magnetic oil gauge, which works through induction principle. So there will be two magnets actually, outside and inside. The inside magnet will be rotating. Accordingly, the outside magnet will also rotate. So this is how it will work. And here you can see. So whenever this level raises, then this air will be pushed out through this vent. Sorry, through this vent means whenever air is going out, that need not be purified, right? So that will go through the vent only outside. But whenever it must come through the, because it must be the moisture must be removed from that. So that must come through breather. So incoming air will come through the breather, outgoing air will go through the vent. So the valve arrangement can be kept here. So it will happen like this. And there is a Buchholz relay. So if you just let us go back, I think I have skipped it somewhere. Here you can see Buchholz relay. So this is the arrangement. So you can see the conservator tank. So in between conservator tank and main tank, Buchholz relay is there. So it has a purpose of giving an alarm or tripping whenever there is excessive heat is generated inside the oil or inside the transformer tank. Excessive heat is generated means, or due to some short circuit or something like that, some gases will be generated due to that excessive heat. So these gases are, in fact, indicate that there is a danger to the transformer. So immediately transformer has to be tripped. So if they exceed certain level. So this relay, this is the physical structure. You can see there are this inlet and then out, this is outlet. So inside the structure we will see just in the next slide. So it will give an indication. It will trip the circuit also. It will give an alarm also. So this is how the internal structure will be there. You can see there is one float here, and then there is a mercury switch. So here transfer. This is from transformer main tank, and this is going to the conservator. So in between conservator and main tank, this Buchholz relay is kept actually. You can see two mercury switches here. This is first mercury switch and this is second mercury switch. Here you can see there is a level of mercury in these tubes. This
Hello.
gases come out, and then they will push this handle, and then this will pull this up actually. So then this becomes flat. When this becomes flat, then this mercury connects both these terminals. Then it will go to trip the circuit. And again, the same gases will make it flat because they occupy the space here. They will push it down. The float will come down. This is float actually. The float will come down and then it will connect these two and it will raise the alarm. So let us see how it works. This electricalunits.com, they have done very wonderful job actually. All these, you can see there also. You can see whatever is there in our syllabus. Not everything is needed from that. So this is how it works. And there is one more device, pressure relief device, which is kept at the top of the transformer. So the main function of this is whenever there is, sudden pressure rise inside, just like, pressure cooker also has some vent. So this also works similarly actually. So it will raise a little bit and the excessive air will go similar to pressure cooker only. So this will help in reducing the pressure inside the transformer. Otherwise, transformer may burst actually. That is dangerous thing. And apart from these, we have WTI and OTI, winding temperature indicator and oil temperature indicator of transformer. These two are also very, very important devices actually. So the transformer is mainly to be monitored for its temperature and inside pressure. So to regulate its to increase its life and prevent its failure and all. So here you can see there is a sensor actually, temperature sensor. One is with winding, another is oil temperature indicator is hot spot temperature actually in the oil. Wherever the hottest temperature occurs, there the sensor is kept for oil temperature indicator. And winding temperature indicator is near to windings it is kept actually. So there are here you can see fan control, when fan should be on. So this is typical, indicators are given here. Around 64 degrees centigrade, fan on. Which fan? Fan that is on the radiators. And around 58 degrees centigrade, when it falls down to 58 degrees centigrade, then fan is off. And again, when pump should be on. If it crosses 72 degrees centigrade, then motor pump should be on, then pump off at 68 degrees centigrade. And then WTI alarm is set at 85 degrees centigrade, winding temperature. So, and then WTI trip means switch off that will occur at 95 degrees centigrade. So 95 degrees centigrade is abnormal actually. And then for oil temperature indicator alarm, this alarm will come at 80 degrees centigrade, and then OTI trip beyond 90 degrees centigrade, it will be tripping that one. So these are the important indicators, temperature indicators in the transformer. So this is about the basic components of the transformer. We will study the theory related to each and everything and effect of temperature also and several other things in future. Okay, so you have any questions? You may ask. Unfortunately, the problem here is unlike a live class where I could have raised some curiosity in the subject actually. That is not possible in this online class. I should be continuously teaching and then you should be continuously listening. Otherwise, the way of teaching will be entirely different in a live class actually. Live class means actual physical class. Okay. Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, basically in second slide, it was written 220 kV by 132 kV by 33 kV auto transformer. So what that auto transformer means?
Auto transformer, see, See, in the same transformer winding, if you tap somewhere, okay, that is the meaning actually.
Okay.
It is a transformer only basically.
So means it's a it is for means tapping we are providing in the transformer. That's why it is written auto transformer.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Sir, I had a query.
Hmm.
Sir, both of these subjects, the cable subject and this high voltage engineering subject, they are very diagram heavy, right? Like there are lots of diagrams and all. So
Hmm.
I was wondering, how would we give the examinations online with for these subjects? Like, what would be the structure of exams? Because with diagrams and all these things are so important. So, what type of questions would be asked in our exams?
You suggest what type of question should be asked?
So I was just wondering whether there would be objective or subjective. So,
I like both actually, but
yes, sir.
how we will go about conducting this is actually a major challenge for all of us.
Yes, sir. So my sister is also doing her BTech. So she has been giving only objective, purely objective. So uh, that's
See,
why I was.
objective is not good for such type of
Yes,
subjects
sir.
actually.
Yes, sir. That's what I was wondering.
I believe
So
you do not copy and all, then we will have subjective questions also.
okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, I have one query, sir. I just missed out one thing. While teaching this bushing, you were telling that it is used for connecting a transformer to transmission line, and if at all this is because of
Anyway, your voice is breaking. Now it stopped also.
okay, sir, is it okay? Is it audible now, sir?
Audible, but it was breaking. You repeat again.
Okay, sir, while teaching this bushing part, you were telling that bushing can connect the transformer to the transmission line. So there is some connection between a high potential and a low potential, and if at all it doesn't happen, there will be a breakdown. So that part I missed. I didn't understand properly. I mean, what kind of a breakdown can happen, and why is it happening?
High potential, low potential. It is high potential only. Low potential will be there at the tank.
Okay.
Okay, I will draw it on a diagram where the breakdown will occur. Then you will understand, I hope. So here, see, this is transformer tank. Okay, there is a hole here, and here the windings etc. will be there. This is core, transformer core. This is winding and all. Now from this is a HV terminal, HV winding. So now how to take this HV lead outside? Lead means this is high voltage only. The entire bushing inside the pipe will be at same potential, same high voltage potential. Now I have to take it out of the transformer. But this transformer, this is at ground potential. I am drawing here ground here. Because tank has to be placed on floor. So, and it should be metallic. Therefore, this should be at ground potential. And when the tank is at ground potential and this my lead is at high potential, if I take it like this directly, so there is a huge potential difference between this point and this point. Okay. And this point is very sharp because this is tank cut here actually. A hole is cut in the tank. Therefore, the edges will be there here. Even if you smooth out the edges also, the radius of curvature is not that much. Therefore, high electric field will be there at these edges. Therefore, if you connect directly without anything and centrally you have taken, without any insulation and all. Air is only the insulation. So you cannot do that because always there will be, it will strike like this. And you need to seal the transformer, and transformer should not breathe from various sources. It should breathe through only the breather, because whatever air comes in must be purified. There should not be any moisture. So that is the reason we don't allow this kind of structure also, even making big hole and then taking the lead out. Now, therefore, you have to cover it with insulation like this. And how to cover? That is the what is known as bushing. So here, lead has to be covered with insulation. So, and then we will cover this insulation like this. But if it is here itself, then again over the surface it will break like this, like this. So therefore, certain length has to be there, like this. And then how to increase this length? If you use such kind of structure, obviously the length of travel for a charge will increase. It has to travel over the surface. So that this is, creepage distance, what it is called. So it will obviously increase. So such kind of structure will be used. So this is the structure known as bushing. Here also there is one spherical electrode, if it is possible. And here also very small spherical electrode inside the oil. And then it will go to the winding like this. Is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Sir, what is the use of conservator?
Conservator tank. It will be helpful in
Yes,
giving
sir.
alarm and providing breathing. From the conservative tank, the outgoing air will go through an alternate route, but incoming air will come through the breather. And the level of, by knowing the level of the conservator tank, we know actually the pressure buildup inside the transformer or temperature rise inside the transformer. So this is the purpose.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any other questions? Okay, so I will upload this video and share with you privately. So it will not be public, it will be privately shared to you. For that, I need your email IDs. I have to add to my YouTube channel. Okay. This group email ID will work, or any students who are not in MTech group? I have their email ID separately. Okay. Pranav has the email ID, so he will add. Okay then.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.